Good morning.
6:41, we're taking a live look this morning at our Valley Sky Cam. You can see it just kind of has that look. You know, when you look outside, you know it's going to be hot.
Yeah, it does. It looks like that.
That's what our Sky Cam looks
feel
like. And Lisa Green has been confirming our suspicions all morning long. Of course, she'll have much more detail about our Wednesday forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Hi again and good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Bedeau here with Kyle Bosch. We're now starting our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. And we start with breaking news overnight. A tense situation in a North Fargo neighborhood when a homeowner used a gun to threaten a burglar.
Police are still trying to find the man who apparently broke into a house on the 1500 block of 10th Avenue North right around 11 last night. Police say the suspect went into that house, went downstairs and into a bedroom. Now, as we mentioned, the homeowner had a gun and confronted the man, telling him to leave.
Officers set up a perimeter from University Drive to 19th Street North between 12th Avenue to Dakota Drive to search for that suspect. That's an area near the NDSU campus. A K-9 was brought in for a track but came up empty. Police believe the suspect took off in a vehicle.
Now, the man is described as being 6'1", white, and about 25 years old. He was last seen wearing a white shirt. Anyone with information on this case is urged to contact Fargo police. Well, we're also following some breaking news overseas this morning where the Middle East's biggest airline, Emirates, has confirmed that a flight from India with 275 people on board was involved in an apparent crash landing at the main airport in Dubai. Officials say that all passengers and crew were safely evacuated from that flight.
Video posted online shows smoke billowing from what looked like a jetliner lying on its belly on the runway. So far, no word on what may have caused this crash landing. 6:51, time for weather and traffic on the ones, and we start with meteorologist Lisa Green. We talked about this, we can tell that it's going to be hot. It's not hot yet, but
no, not quite yet, but we do have heat on the way. We're starting to get that moisture working its way in, and the temperatures also going to start rising here this morning. Back into the upper 80s and some low 90s for today. Some passing clouds. It's late tonight. We do have a chance for some storms as well. So heat first, then this evening some storms, and it's going to be breezy. Wind out of the south in the 20s to 30 miles per hour. Looking at our radar and satellite picture, most of us on the quiet side. There are a couple of places up north around Langdon getting a couple of sprinkles. 64 degrees in Grand Forks, 66 currently in Fargo. It's 70 right now in Fergus Falls and 65 in Jamestown. So here's a look at our planner for today. We're going to see a few showers trying to work their way through along with some cloud cover that we were seeing on our satellite and radar picture. That will continue moving eastward. Shouldn't be too impressive this morning. Temperatures into the low to mid 80s by lunchtime. That will pass east. Behind it, we've got that hot air moving in, that strong wind, and temperatures that are going to respond back into the low 90s in the Southern Valley with a breezy day for today. Expect to have that wind not really help to cool you off because it's going to be ushering in the hot temperatures. By around 6 o'clock tonight, we start to see our storms begin to take shape. You can see the clouds developing on our model here at 6, and then the storms really get going and then press eastward through the evening hours, and late tonight still happening at that point. We'll still have those storms impacting us through the overnight hours. They can be severe. We're looking at the enhanced risk for severe weather today out west, Devil's Lake over toward Jamestown and Orange there, and then the rest of us in a slight risk for some of these storms to be severe, and all modes of severe weather possible, especially as these storms are initially getting going in our western viewing area. High temperature today, 91 degrees. For tomorrow, we're looking at drier air and temperatures that are slightly cooler back into the low 80s. Looks like a great start to our weekend. We'll see those temperatures this weekend in the low to mid 80s. Let's check in now with Al.
Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, everyone. I'm at 20th Street and Interstate 94 in Morehead, and boy, do we have traffic backed up here on 20th Street. Same thing on 30th Avenue South. I suspect it has something to do with the train that just went through, but you can certainly expect a lot more traffic here on 20th Street as it is, because this is one of the ways, one of three ways you can get onto westbound Interstate 94. The ramp off westbound, or off 8th Street rather, onto westbound I-94 has now been closed. And as I approach the other side of the north side of 20th Street right now, looks like traffic is backing up there as well, waiting to get on to westbound Interstate 94. Traffic on the interstate this morning most definitely brisk, particularly westbound I-94. Interstate 29 traffic pretty active as well. We'll visit with you again in about a half an hour, so drive carefully this morning. Willamette Valley Today traffic.
6:54 now, and in our election 2016 coverage, Donald Trump is feuding yet again with two powerful leaders within his own party. The Republican presidential nominee is withholding endorsements for House Speaker Paul Ryan and Senator John McCain in their re-election bids.
On the Democratic side, 3 more top officials at the Democratic National Committee have resigned in the wake of the committee's email hack. Grand Forks police are looking for help finding 2 attempted robbery suspects.
They say a victim was approached around 2 yesterday morning by acquaintances. It happened in the 1000 block of University Avenue. Now, the men are described as white and apparently left the area in a white car. No weapons were involved, but the victim was hurt during the mugging. If you have any information, you're asked to contact Grand Forks police. A Crookston man facing a manslaughter charge is back in jail after getting into more trouble over the weekend. 29-year-old Brock Strawman of Crookston was arrested for violating the conditions of his release.
Strawman is awaiting trial on a first-degree manslaughter charge in connection with a Christmas Day bar fight that killed John Torres. Strawman was arrested in Crookston on Sunday for a DWI charge. Earlier in July, he was arrested for being intoxicated at a Red Lake Falls bar. The city of West Fargo is taking the first step in a project that will have a major impact on the growing city.
The Cheyenne Plaza project will feature 2 5-story buildings that will bring more businesses and housing to the downtown West Fargo area. Planners say the project will benefit the businesses that are on and near Cheyenne Street right now, including the VFW, which has been there for more than 40 years and will be moving into one of the new buildings.
Planners say the project should take about 1 year to complete. In a developing story this morning, health officials in Florida are now dealing with a 15th case of the Zika virus. The development comes after the CDC issued an unprecedented warning urging pregnant women not to travel to Miami's Wynwood Arts District, where many of the cases have been reported.
Now, this morning, insecticide spraying will be moving into the air as Miami officials began an aerial assault over a 10-square-mile area surrounding the so-called Zika zone as they try to stop the spread. Well, there's a new warning today from the CDC that says all pregnant women living in the U.S. should be tested for Zika exposure at every prenatal visit.
Erin Carico lives in the Fargo-Moorhead area and is 32 weeks pregnant. She says her doctor mentions the Zika virus at every appointment, which is something that's made her think about just how serious this illness can be. So far, 1 woman in North Dakota has tested positive for Zika. She is pregnant and had recently traveled to Puerto Rico.
Campers and country music lovers are getting ready to make their way, or maybe already making their way, to Sioux Pass Ranch just south of Detroit Lakes for the annual We Fest concert weekend. The summertime tradition brings in about 50,000 people to enjoy the great outdoors and some of the top acts in country music.
This year, We Fest organizers have added a few things to make sure everyone can have a good time. Headliners start tomorrow night, and featured this year are Eric Church, Kid Rock, and Tim McGraw. The Valley Today's Christy Larson will be live from the We Fest grounds tomorrow morning, covering the kickoff of the Country Music Festival. Hundreds of thousands of bikes will again be meeting in Sturgis for the 76th year.
And helping both bikers and drivers get ready for the extra traffic that can sometimes show up along that trip through South Dakota and, of course, other parts of the country is the Valley Today's Christy Larson. She's live this morning at the Harley-Davidson shop in West Fargo. Hi, Christy.
Well, good morning, guys. We're just trying to help everyone get ready and be safe on the road, whether you're going to be headed out this weekend, maybe just for a short drive, maybe going all the way to Sturgis. So I have Terry Meinard here with me this morning, and you're the general manager here. I know you're encouraging people, stop in, get your bike maintenance done, maybe get extra gear before you go out there, because you just want to make sure everyone's safe and ready to go.
We do. I mean, it's one of the things that we push. We also talked about packing this morning earlier. Don't forget, we got luggage that comes in all sizes and shapes with compartments. And the other thing is, we also have the motorcycles. If you need a new ride for the weekend or going to Sturgis, come on out. We can take care of you. They're ready to go. We'll get you out today. But we just like to ride safe, have fun.
Yeah, And maybe if you can't make it to Sturgis, join you guys for one of those bike nights. But also the service area here does do that 21-point check to make sure your bike is in tip-top shape before you go out for that next ride. And if you do need that packing list, just a reminder on what to bring for your next trip, you can stop on in here and get that free packing list as well. But one extra reminder, Kyle and Lisa, for drivers out on the road, just be extra aware of your surroundings, because there are going to be a lot of cyclists who are out on the roads enjoying the nice weather, going to be taking those traveling trips as well. So we just need to keep an extra eye out for them to make sure that they're safe too.
Good point. Thank you, Christy. I'm not going to Sturgis, but I did just get my motorcycle license, so maybe I need to go
So watch
by.
out for Lisa Bedeau when she's out riding her bike on the road.
It's a warning to others
it's a warning
that
to
I
everybody.
will be on the road. Fair enough. Thank you, Christy. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. A new survey of moms finds this is the #1 thing they miss from their days without kids.
The answer, dads can agree with this
Yep, I
too.
was thinking of
I
you.
know that one. Uninterrupted sleep. Remember, you can take part in our question of the morning by heading to our Valley News Live Facebook page. Sounds like we could have some interrupted sleep overnight, even if you don't have kids tonight.
Yeah, storms waking all of us up potentially. We have an enhanced risk for severe weather, a hot day too as well today.
Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. More local news and weather in 25 minutes.
Have a great Wednesday, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning.